Earth Day. Good day, everyone. It's a cool morning. It's 5:57 a.m. I want a quick wood stove fire to warm the home before Mom gets up. We use a combustion air fan and controller. Wood stoves need to get up to operating temperature in 20 minutes. This is not an easy task. This video was taken over 90 minutes. I will speed it up and slow it down so that you can get the best of it. Yeah. Forgive the bare feet and awkward attire, but it's cold and trying to get my wood stove started. I have a timer to keep track. It is 5:57 in the morning. Add fire without opening the door. And I'm going to change it from startup mode to warm-up mode. Alright, controller's in warm-up mode. PM 2.5 is at 15. CO2 is at 841. Wood stove temperature is 60 degrees. 67, we're at 70 now. This one says we're at 80. Alright. We are at 19 minutes since we first started the fire, and the objective is to get to somewhere around 250 degrees at 20 minutes. We lagged behind a little bit today. We're just now getting to 100 degrees, and what I have displayed here is a future view of the time temperature curve. You can see that it's starting to pick up momentum. It's starting to heat the stove up. We are just entering the curve. We're now at about 19 minutes, so we're just on where this curve is starting out. This wood stove smokes significantly less at about 250 degrees, so that is my goal, my first goal. So you can see that we get there right about 33 minutes, and this is the steepest portion of the curve. This is what we look at for it. It's a curve that ranges from 8 degrees per minute up to 17 degrees per minute climb. To me, this is very interesting. At 31 minutes, we are at the point where we're getting the highest temperature rise on the stove that we've had today. We are in the range of 10 to 16 degrees per minute. We have a nice large fire controlled by our combustion air fan and our wood stove combustion air fan controller. It's monitoring the stove temperature so that we can get a quick rise up to operating temperature. Now, the, the fire is nice, pretty. It doesn't look overly busy, and we have a regulated amount of air going into the stove. It's a controlled amount of air going into the stove to achieve a rapid temperature rise. You can see on the chart here we are just between 30 and 35 minutes. It's the steepest part of the curve, and you can see that the fire, it looks great. It's nice and warm. The room is starting to warm up. Okay, I've made an adjustment. We are just now crossing the 425 degree Fahrenheit for the shell of the wood stove. This is the point where the wood stove will shut down the combustion air fan. This is a safety feature. It can be adjusted for different wood stoves. However, I feel this is a good control parameter that we stop putting air into the wood stove at 425. You can see that the stove has momentum. It'll draw its own air at a lesser rate, and it eventually goes up to 479 degrees before dropping down. What I want you to see here is the two humped curve. The first curve hump is the peak maximum heat for the first fuel load. The second peak, the drop there in the middle, is where I insert new fuel, and then you get a second peak. Then the curve down to 200 degrees Fahrenheit is a very predictable curve. CO2 is 780, PM 2.5 is 25. We are operating with the fan at 29%. Stove temperature is 314 on one side, 370 on the other side. We are not putting out much smoke. I'm going to say we have a trace of smoke, less than 20% opacity. Okay, this time I wanted to get a close-up of some of the items, so I'm going to move this. These are my control boxes. It's really difficult to get it to focus on this one. This is the fire. This is a data acquisition system. This is my fan. Let's see if I can get that in the light. My fan and my thermocouple setup. At Smokeless Chimney, we are working on bringing existing wood stoves into the 21st century. Clean-burning wood stoves are an asset to any home or workplace. Wood heat is a renewable resource. Wood stoves and the Smokeless Chimney technology work when the power goes out. Turn a crisis into a warm home on a cold winter night. Washington state law states that wood stove operator has 20 minutes to get the wood stove up to operating temperature, and that the chimney cannot produce more than 20% opacity for 6 consecutive minutes of any hour. Other states have similar requirements. If we keep our wood stoves in the Goldilocks zone, not too hot, not too cold, and burn wood cleanly, we can use this renewable fuel in the 21st century. We are now at the tail of the burn. Most of the cellulose, lignin, and extractives have been converted to carbonaceous material. At this stage, there is not much particulate matter or smoke that is released. The combustion air fan flow can be reduced. Flaming is better than smoldering. The tail of the fire is different. This carbonaceous material glowing with the last of the fuel. We can let this fire dwindle out. Thanks for watching. $392. Fan is 29. Status is operating. Over on the other side we have air temperature of 162 and stove temperature of 135. The room is warm at 70 degrees, and I think that is all I'm going to record right now. Smokeless Chimney, warm homes and clean air for everyone. www.smokelesschimney.com